Hey Steven, Micah Collins here, and in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. All right. Before I hop right in, you're probably sitting there asking yourself, why am I even doing this and what's in it for me? Well, dude, the truth is that oftentimes in the world of the internet, most of these local business owners are simply too busy running their own business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. So, Steven, I've found that by giving people an easy free attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their own business for free, it results in some of those local business owners still raising their hands at the end and saying, I like you, want you to just take care of this for me. So, Steven, if by the end of this video you liked what you've heard and you can see I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help impact your business, just shoot me a quick message and we can chat. Or if you simply want to take this free attack plan and do this yourself, dude, I'm totally cool with that. Whatever's best for your business. So now let me show you the 3 things that will set your company above your competition and hop right in. So the first thing I want to go over with you today is your content here on your website, okay? So what content is, it's all the words that you see highlighted here. Now you have a decent website, okay? I'm not going to say it's bad at all. It's enough to get the job done, but you want to have more content so Google knows what you do, all right? And why that matters is because Google doesn't have physical eyes. They can't see your website and see what you do. They don't automatically know. They're going through and reading your website and seeing whether you're a dumpster company. They don't know you from an HVAC guy, right? They have to see a lot of content to get the ideas. We'll see over if we look at Junk Boss. Again, they're really ranking really great here in junk removal, Oklahoma City, excuse me. They have a lot more content than you. So I would recommend getting about 1,500 words. Yes, 1,500 words of quality content there on your homepage to start beating them in the content game. Now, if we hop over to this little tool I use, it's called Ahrefs. It runs out about a couple $100 a month, but I love this tool because it allows me to see exactly behind the scenes what's going on and what Google's looking at. As we can see, you have 2 keywords you're ranking for, but you're getting no one on your website every single month. Again, if you're getting a lot of referrals, that's fine, but if not, you don't have a steady stream of customers coming in every single month. We see business, dumpster service. If we click by location, you're on position 58. You're not getting found for it at all. It's like that's way down on whatever page. 25-yard dumpster, you're not getting found for that either. So these keywords are basically nothing. So you're basically invisible to Google because your content game is not dialed in. Again, if we hop over to Junk Boss and see how they're doing it, we can see that they're ranking for 61 organic keywords online and they're getting 217 people on their website every single month. Now, these are mostly local customers looking for business. So, a lot of these people that are hopping on this website are converting into calls for them. Now, if we hop over to keywords, we can see the phrases that they're being found for. Junk removal, Edmond, Oklahoma gets searched 150 times a month. They're getting 52 of those people on their own website every single month because they're on the second position. Now, let me step back for just a moment, Stephen, and kind of explain this to you. So, what a keyword is like whenever I'm looking up on my phone for a junk removal company, again, I'm from Tulsa, so I'm not exactly from there. So, if I was looking it up, I would look up junk removal Tulsa or Tulsa junk removal to find a junk removal company near me. So that is what they're doing exactly right here. Junk removal Edmond, Oklahoma, 150 times a month. They get 52 of those people on their own website because they're on the second position. Junk removal OKC, this one's the absolute smash hit keyword because it gets searched 300 times a month. They're getting 38 of those people on their website every month because they're on the fourth position. And the list just goes on. So they're getting a lot of high quality keywords, sending people down to their website and eventually getting calls and form submits and so on. Now, Stephen, before I bore you to death, let's just pretend we're a customer and let's do something a little bit different. Let's just take junk removal OKC, the biggest keyword here in the area. Let's just type it into Google, okay? Now we look over here, the first section we can see is the ad section. Now you might be tempted to run with ads. They can be good, but they can also burn through a heck of a lot of cash because Google likes to take people's money and not give you much in return. Let's just be honest with you. The truth is only 10 to 20% of all the clicks end up going here to the ad section. The rest end up going down like 80 to 90%. Now, if we scroll down to the map pack, this gets about 40 to 44% statistically of all the clicks end up going right here on the map pack. This is a place you really want to be. But to get here, you need the second thing I want to speak with you today about, Stephen, and that is what we call citations, all right? So if we look at Junk King, Oklahoma City, we can see immediately their name, their address, and their phone number listed right here on Google, their phone number right there. That is what we call the NAP or the NAP, name, address, phone number. Why this matters is because that's how Google verifies that you're not just some fly by night business, right? They want reputable, steady businesses to put here in the map pack. Now, to explain this further, we put together a little like 3-minute chart on Canva. It's nothing special for design tips, but it gets the point across, right? These are what we call like Google Places being Yelp, Merchant Circle, Switchboard, Yellow Book, Matchpoint, Yellow USA, the BBB. The list just goes on and on. This is what we call citations, all right? You might know them as directories. So there's hundreds of these online. And what Google is doing, let me try to explain it really simply for you. Google's sending their bots, their little robots throughout the internet, looking at all these different directories, finding businesses that they can trust. Um, of and the more of these directories that you're found your business name, address, and phone number listed consistently throughout, the more Google sees that you're trustworthy and you're all over the internet and you're consistent, so they can put you higher in the map pack. So the more of these that you have, your NAP consistently throughout, the more you'll start beating your competition online. Now, I know this isn't the only factor. Obviously, there's reviews. That's a huge one, and also getting your products listed out like they have and getting regular posting going. But the number one thing to do is citations, hands down. As we can see, like Junk King, Oklahoma City only has 672 reviews, a lot, but they're not beating On Call, Junk Haul, and Dumpsters. They have 765 reviews, but they are beating them in the map pack. Now you can kind of see that's because of citations, all right? Now, if we continue to scroll down, this brings us to the organic section. This is the third thing I wanted to speak with you today, Stephen. That is what we call backlinks. So this is a great place to be. It gets like 30 to 40% of all the clicks end up just going to like the top position here. It's really wild how many clicks that this top organic position has. Right now, we're just going to take Junk Boss because they're a local business. They're a little bit more beatable in a shorter time frame, as we can see. Now, to get to these top spots, you need authority with Google. But to get this authority, Stephen, you need what we call backlinks. So I want you to think of a backlink like this. If you get site A pointing to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its like link juice or power passing vote of confidence in Google's eyes. And the more valuable or the more relevant, excuse me, that site A is pointing to site B, the more valuable that link is to Google. So let me try to give you a visual before I confuse you. If you get like a local blog, any type of junk removal blog, dumpster rental type site, or anything industry wise pointing to your website, then that's awesome. Google sees that as valuable and powerful. But if you get like you did a job for Pizza Hut or some other business and they point a link to your website, well, Google doesn't really care because you don't sell pepperonis. You do junk removals and dumpster rentals. There's no correlation there. Now, hopping back over to Ahrefs, we can see exactly what backlinks that you have pointing to you guys and what your competition has and where to close in the gap, okay? Right now you have 19 backlinks pushing power to your website and no one coming to your website. Now, if we look at Junk Boss, we can immediately see if we go to overview, we see 226 backlinks pushing power to their website, and they're getting 217 people on their website every single month. Again, these guys are really beatable. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it right now, but they're just putting a little bit more effort than you are. Now, how you get this boots on the ground, no like theory, no hypotheticals here. Let's just get down to it. If you get Ahrefs.com, it costs about a couple $100 a month. SEMrush, any of these tools that do this thing will work. If we look at your competition, put their website URL right there in the search bar, and it'll pull this screen up, all right? Now you go to backlinks. You click on backlinks and show you every single link that they have pointing to their own website that you can get for yourself. Now hopping over to a random backlink, just went to contractors near me, and we can see Junk Boss listed right here on Google. If we go down, we can see their link is right there. If we click on that, that is a backlink pushing power to their own website. So now you can see how it all works before you exactly. So this is one website linking to another website, giving them power. Now, how you get something like this for yourself, every single one's different, but they're all pretty simple. For this one, you just click join, click contractor, this will load, and then you put in your information right here, create an account, and then it'll ask you like business information for your your website domain and all that. Just put in all that business information in, and you will have that link for yourself, pushing power to your website instead of just Junk Boss. And if you continue that process across all these backlinks and have the backlink, the 5 that you already have, there's no way that you will not start ranking them across Google hands down. So, Steven, hopefully you can see by now, like getting you to the top on Google and getting more calls every single month is not magic. It's just a method, and I've shown you that method here today. So once again, we went over number one was your content. Now you want to have about 1,500 to 2,000 words of high quality content and more about junk removal if you want to go that way, or dumpster rentals. If you would prefer to go with dumpster rentals, do it all dumpster rental, and then make a separate page for the other service. But again, you want to have about 1,500 to 2,000 words with those specific keywords we were speaking about, like junk removal, OKC, naturally throughout the content. So Google starts finding you for those things. Now, number two was your citations. You want to have about, I'd say about 200 of those citations, those directories with your name, address, phone number, consistent throughout all of them. So Google starts trusting you and finding you on more of these platforms. So they start putting you higher in the map pack, along with reviews and other things. And number three was your backlinks. You want to have more relevant websites pointing to you guys to show Google that you are an authoritative company here in the Oklahoma City area. And dude, if you implement these strategies today, there's no way that you will not start getting that, 200 some people on your website every single month like clockwork. Now, you're probably sitting there asking yourself, well, what now, Micah? Well, the truth is, dude, you can either take this information I provided you today and do this on your own. I'm totally cool with that. Whatever's best for your business. However, if you want the most fast and effective route, you can give me a quick call at 918-260-1694. Hey, dude, again, my name is Micah Collins, and that's 918-260-1694. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a good one.